Hi there, this is Ranjit, and in this video, let's talk about the hottest smartphones that were announced in 2019 February. MWC is here, and Samsung also did their major event. And I think so this year, the trend is of that foldable, smartphones. And we first saw that with Samsung unveiling their Galaxy Fold smartphone in US in San Francisco. I was there. They demoed it, but sadly, it was not on the show floor. But let's also talk about this Huawei Mate X that was announced in MWC. And this is again a 8-inch device when you open it, as you can see from the screenshot. But when you actually fold it, I feel this has a 6.6-inch main screen. Looks actually pretty cool from the screenshots that we are seeing. And yes, it looks actually pretty thin. And the thing is that moving to the specs, Huawei claims that this has a built-in 5G modem, so it's 5G compatible. It'll have a 4500 milliamp hour battery, and also it'll have their fastest charging yet. It'll come with a 55 watt charger, so that's incredible. They say about 80 to 85% of the charge in just about 30 minutes. And again, it will be powered by their own high silicon current 980 SoC. We have seen this in other Huawei phones. It's a fast chipset, and will come with 8 gigabytes of RAM and 512 GB of specs. Again, top end specs as expected. So again, it folds, but how practical it'll be interesting to see. Huawei did mention when it's going to launch, but they said sometime around second quarter of 2019. But as we have seen with all these foldable smartphones, the pricing is going to be very high. It's expected to be around $2,100 plus tax. But nevertheless, this Huawei Mate X will be a real product. It will come to the market. Again, yes, the pricing will be really crazy, but let's see how practical these phones are. The biggest problem with these phones was that even in MWC, we as press people and reviewers were not able to actually hold the phone and test it for ourselves. It was just showcase, and that was the same case even with the Galaxy Fold. I was in US. Sadly, they didn't even actually put it on the show floor. But let's talk about the Galaxy Fold, which was announced a week ago. And when this is opened, actually, it reveals a 7.3-inch screen, but it has a clamshell design, as you can see from this video snippet. You just fold it, so it becomes very compact. In that compact form factor, it has a 4.6-inch screen. So I feel it's a little bit on the smaller side. We are used to larger screen size, but yeah, unless we get it in our hands and use it, we can't talk a lot about it. But the good thing is that I think so Samsung has really worked on the software part of this, because when you open it up, as you can see, we can actually load multiple apps on it. So making use of this, tablet-like experience a little bit more better for multitasking. So again, it will come down to software optimization, how these vendors actually take advantage of these phones. Yes, in a normal form factor, it will be like a phone, but when you open it, it becomes sort of a tablet. How practical it is will depend on software optimization and what these vendors like Samsung, Huawei can do with the software. Moving to again specs, this Galaxy Fold is their flagship. It'll come with the Snapdragon 855 SoC, but they say that it'll come with 12 gigabytes of RAM and 512 GB of storage, and this will have a 4380 milliamp hour battery. So it'll be interesting to see how long the battery lasts. And this is going to have actually 6 cameras, they say. So in whatever mode you are, foldable mode or open mode, you can take photographs. It has a main 3 camera setup, but in every angle you will be able to take photographs if you want. And again, Samsung did announce a release date for this, that was April 26th, and the pricing starts at $1,980 plus tax. So again, pretty expensive, but this product is going to come. And I was very surprised. I was there at that San Francisco event when you already have a release date for this device, that's April 26th. We weren't able to actually do a hands on it. Hopefully things change in the future. I just want to get a real feel of these foldable smartphones to see how practical they are. Aren't they too bulky in regular use and stuff? But let's see hopefully sometime in April, hopefully if I'm able to get hands on it, I'll definitely share my experience with you guys. Next phone, again, this is not very radical in terms of specs and stuff, was this Nokia 9 Pureview. We have been hearing a lot of rumors from this one, and I would say if you look at the screenshot from the back, this sums it up. It has cameras. Actually, it has 5 cameras at the back, and all of these cameras are actually 12 megapixel. In fact, only 2 of them are actually color sensors, and the 3 of them others are monochrome sensors. And Nokia actually says when you click a photograph, it actually uses all the camera. Hence, when the picture you get and processes it, and hence the pictures that you get are really good with very high detail. So that's the speciality of this camera. But again, it was very surprising that Nokia didn't even put even one of the wide angle lens in this one, because that's the new rage that we are seeing in most of the smartphones. But this doesn't have that wide angle lens. Moving to specs, here again Nokia decided not to use the latest Snapdragon 855. This will strangely come with the last year's Snapdragon 845 chipset, and will come with 6 gigabytes of RAM and 128 gigabytes of storage, and will have a 5.99-inch Quad HD AMOLED screen. And but the battery is just a 3320 milliamp hour. Will be interesting to see how it handles it. But moving to the pricing, I feel this is priced sanely at around $700, and Nokia says this will be releasing in March of 2019. So these were the 3 smartphones that actually excited me: the Galaxy Fold, the Huawei Mate X, and the Nokia 9 Pureview. We'll be also seeing a lot more foldable smartphones. For example, Oppo also teased their foldables more. It is very similar to the Huawei Mate X, but they didn't say will it come to the market or not. But yes, the foldable, flexible smartphones are here to stay. It'll be interesting to see if this category evolves or it just fades away. It will be very interesting times, and I think so we'll see a lot of iterations in 2019 and even in 2020 what these vendors do with what we say these flexible smartphones. But yes, in at least in 2019 and even in 2020, these phones will be very pricey. Moving to realistic expectations, a lot of new mid-range phones are also going to be launched in India in the next 2 weeks. For example, the Samsung Galaxy M30 is coming on 27th. Then there is the Redmi 7 or the 7 Pro on 28th that is going to be announced. Then the first week of February, that's the Realme 3. And also Samsung is launching a new series of Galaxy A series. So a lot of mid-range smartphones are also launching. So again, it will be a very exciting and busy time, and I'll try to cover many of those phones pretty soon. So anyways guys, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. This is Ranjit, and if you guys are still not subscribed to my YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video. Take care guys.